welcome back to the second segment of Real Estate Talk here this Saturday night. By the way, we are honored and delighted that you come to our program. Everybody likes to talk about real estate. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Our friend Heather Anderson is a really, really intelligent. I will put her IQ up over the brilliant zone. And at the end of the day, realize that real estate changes people's lives to the good. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Heather Anderson, 835-732-6700. If you're buying or selling, Heather is attempting to tell our listener here about how to make wise decisions. And I got to tell you, Heather, many people go to the most dominant perceived personality in their circle to get advice, whether it be the brother-in-law just got out of SMU Law School, or the dad, or whoever they has the dominant personality in the family to get advice about real estate. People, it's a known fact that NAR says that people will touch 7 pieces of real estate over the course of their lifetime. And so this is a big decision for them. And I think what you're saying is it's a very, very big deal how to prep yourself to make those large decisions. Mm-hmm. And, how you spend your spare time. I got to tell you, most listeners go to the home because the home is where their safe zone is. Mm-hmm. And most people are not A personalities. They keep driving forward, and every ounce of their time is about productivity and all of that stuff. Would you say that was fair to say?
Yes.
Right. And okay, so I'm going to encourage, because I know Jay out on the left coast is a very smart guy that wrote this blog.
Yes, that's my mentor.
Yeah, well, you're my mentor.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
But Jay wrote this blog, and they go to realestateconcierge.com.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
REconcierge.com.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
check out this blog. But the theme to this whole hour is how you make a wise decision in real estate.
Yeah.
And Heather, I know you, my job is to tell the world about you. I've gotten to know you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And you're extremely passionate person about seeing success for a homeowner, whether buying or selling in real estate. And over and above that, you are extremely intelligent. I mean, off the charts. And there's over 55,000 real estate agents in Dallas, America. That would put, a real estate agent on just about every corner. Mm-hmm. And so it's a very stressful time for the homeowner to know where or who to pick, because you've got the yeah up in your ear with the dominant personality in your family. And then if you're selling, you got the yeah, I heard what they said on CNN, and I heard this, and I heard that. Truth be known, you want to get a really good real estate agent, and I, as a host of Real Estate Talk, fully endorse Heather Anderson, 855-732-6700, 855-732-6700. Now, I know you had a lot to add to this. I'm going to let you go from here.
Well, oh my gosh, Billy, thank you for all those wonderful compliments. That's so kind of you to say.
I need a tissue.
But yeah, no, I just think that when we decide things, it's just when we teach our clients how to make decisions, because we get those same questions all the time, and we really want to help them make sure they make the right decision for themselves.
To me, Heather, the most important thing when making a decision, because I guess in theory, if you were one of these kind of people that every time you made a decision, you thought it through, and usually you don't learn how to do that until you get to be about 50 years old in life. But I would say that when buying or selling, you have to go with your gut feeling. And people do business with people they like.
Right.
period.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a footer on this one because you're dealing with the largest commodity most people deal with in their life. You can't just get one of your girlfriends or one of your guys down at the lodge that you hang out with, as a realtor, because
Right.
most real estate agents sell 1 to 2 deals a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the rest of the time they're working at Walmart,
It's
which is a great deal. I might do that. But the truth be known, very few take it serious as a career like you do.
yeah, like a professional, get out of bed, live it, breathe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you live it and breathe it. I've
Mhm.
witnessed it, You answer your phone and you work 12-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to talk to you about that. So, anyway.
Okay, that's another show.
Live in the studio, Heather Anderson. In all sincerity, how do you prepare yourself, your family, to make decisions that are wise when it comes to real estate? Well, if you want some help on that, it doesn't cost you a dime. Reach out to Heather directly, 855-732-6700. Again, 855-732-6700. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, before we went to break, we said we're going to talk about kind of 3 ways, to try to help you get into this decision-making process. We'll maybe hit them all, maybe we won't. We'll see how it goes. But, I mean, earlier before the break, I mentioned, like, we add experiences, right, to what Jay calls our experience tank, right? So then we pull from those experiences, and then that way, that builds our gut, right? So even if sometimes we go down the path and we're like, maybe this isn't the right decision, that's not always a fail, because that adds value to our life and it helps us make better decisions for the next time. So one really good way to gauge this is to ultimately ask yourself, is this decision going to make me or break me? Is it going to really end
Good
everything?
intel. That's good intel.
Yeah. Is it going to end everything, or is it just going to, I don't know, like if you have kids and you send your kiddos to school and they forget their lunch money that day, right? So that decision isn't going to break them, right? They're going to be uncomfortable. Maybe they're going to miss lunch. But hey, maybe they're going to learn from that decision, and maybe next time they're not going to forget their lunch money.
I agree with you.
So, yeah, so these decisions kind of help us, like failed decisions and then decisions we prosper in, help us make better decisions for the future. And that adds to our gut feeling. And that's kind of a good check and balance. I think one of the best ways I would encourage people to make decisions in real estate, especially because it's such a huge decision, like you mentioned, Willie. I mean, people agonize over this decision.
I got to tell you, I so agree with you, Heather, because the uncertainty of your life being thrown upside down. I mean, look what happened down in Louisiana.
I know,
right?
I know.
And there's so many people that did not have flood insurance.
I know, it's heartbreaking.
I actually have a very good friend of mine who was down in the middle of all that, and he mortgaged his home probably 8 months ago, and they would not give him a mortgage down there unless they took flood insurance. He said it hadn't flooded in 100 years. Well, you're not going to get this mortgage. Well, wada bing, he's so glad he has flood insurance now.
Yeah.
So it is a stressful time, and I got to tell you, I go back to real estate agents. I go back to the professionals that are in this industry. 1% of those agents do 99% of the business in terms of building a customer for life. And there are really good agents out there. And a really good agent makes your turmoil, it confirms you made a good decision in getting involved in real estate. Let me say this, Heather. Real estate, everybody has an opinion about it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has an opinion about it. And opinions influence people in real estate. Truth be known, an opinion is worth 2 nickels, right? It doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
I look at the facts, and if you'll notice on all of my shows, I say that real estate changes people's lives to the good.
Mm-hmm.
And I really mean that. The reason I'm in radio is real estate changes your life to the good. Now, the real trick is getting the right real estate professionals around you, and it's a challenge.
Right.
It's a challenge, man, and it's stressful. And I've said it in another show. Real estate is 3 yards and a cloud of dust, right? And that's the way it is. But I don't know of any other venue, unless you're in some specialized commodity training or whatever. I've never met a millionaire that doesn't have real estate involved in their portfolio.
Yeah. And for most people, like most of us, myself included, you know, what I call like the normal people, myself, I'm a normal person, you know, and I truly believe that. I'm just a small town girl, blue collar, that's trying to make a better life, right? And I feel like a lot of people I resonate with out there. And at the end of the day, like I feel that you got one shot to get it right. Like you say, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, right? You just have one shot. You have one house to sell, one house to buy. And we're talking about thousands, tens of thousands of dollars difference, right? If the situation goes one way or it goes the other. So it's a very, very, very important and highly sensitive situation. And so so these decision-making skills, they come in to help you guide that. And then also the leadership in place will help you if you don't necessarily feel like you have those decision-making skills where you want them to be, but the leadership should have them in place. And, you know, that's where your real estate agent
I got to tell you, one of the things, Heather, and the reason why I endorse you is there's no question that you have the intellect about the product of real estate to guide people in the right direction. There is no question in my mind. And what you also bring to the table is you have the ability to listen to somebody, analyze it, and have empathy for their cause. That's what a great real estate agent does. Yes, and for that you get paid. By the way, real estate agents are worth every dime you pay them. Try doing it on your own, and we'll talk and have a talk about that. It's not something I endorse doing. They're jumping up and down here in the back. We are honored, delighted that you're joining us in the second hour. Live in the studio is my dear friend, real estate concierge Heather Anderson. I said that backwards, didn't I? My dear friend Heather Anderson, who owns Real Estate Concierge. She's got this really smart guy out at Google on the left coast that writes a blog for her. I want you to check her out at, give me that website, realestateconcierge.com.
REconcierge.com.
Or if you're thinking about buying or selling, you want to get one heck of a good real estate agent to help you through this process. Man, she's forgotten more than I'll ever know. 855-732-6700. Again, 855-732-6700. You know it, friend. We'll be back in the patented Willie Scotia.